What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Angels franchise. We're halfway through year 5. We're buying at the deadline, and in this episode, we're going to see if these moves we make can't break the playoff drought in Anaheim. Alright, so last episode we ended off drafting, and we finished this series here, and I simmed this last game right now, and Big Christmas had 3 homers for us. Big Christmas, 3 homers. That was an amazing trade, and we sent Rogers down, and now he's just getting better in the minor leagues anyways. Probably best for all parties, so that's great. Good trade. So now we're here 4 games under 500 at the All-Star break, and my plan is we're going to start buying. We're going to start finding players that we needed to get. Dylan Lee is a player we just traded for. You're looking at the regression. Don't worry. Look at the stats. That's what really matters. A 1.7 ERA, and he's been lights out. He's going to come into the bullpen for a year and just see what he can do because our bullpen's been atrocious. We're probably going to send down Gonzalez. He has basically an 8.3 ERA. So we're sending him down. Peter Miley probably gets the send down because Ben Joyce can't get the send down because he's now had 5 years of service time. So Peter Miley probably gets that send down. And Cornell also probably gets sent down, and we're going to find another reliever as well. Real quick, wanted to do a trade to buy at the deadline. Basically, we're going all in. I want to make the playoffs in year 5. I think we can. It's just really tough with the division we're in and the AL being so good. But Trevor Stefan will help us, a 1.88 ERA and really good stats, under control for 3 more years. We're going to give him Ty Madden, who is a pretty decent pitcher and also has control for a while. And then also give him Peter Tunick, one of our draft picks. Our first round pick from a couple years ago. Great speed and great power, so maybe they can turn him into something. Probably not. We know he doesn't have a high ceiling, and we're going to go grab a high ceiling guy with Leon Chavez that looks like he could turn into a 5-tool guy if he can just get his contact up a little bit. So we liked him in the last draft. We went with Enrique instead in the first round, so now we get Chavez anyways. Great trade. Alright, another huge trade. We're going to make a move for Noah Schultz, who really hasn't had a lot of time at the majors, but played really well, and for some reason the White Sox are not playing him at the majors at 25 right now, and he has tons of control. We're going to go grab him. The White Sox suck. They're trying to get prospects, and they want a third base prospect, so we give them Julio Carrera, who, if you look at the stats, he could turn into something even with not a high ceiling, and he's blocked by Royce Lewis now, so that makes sense, and we give him Caden Dana, who's another young pitcher, but he hasn't pitched well for us, so we want to upgrade there. And we are. Let's go. BJ Kroger was the last pick of the draft for us last year. He actually has good stats. He just has terrible potential. So we're going to trade him for James MacArthur, who isn't even playing in the majors. But in the minor leagues, he's playing so good, and he could pitch in our bullpen, so we're grabbing him. Looking at the trade block, it makes perfect sense. The Rockies are trying to move off Ezequiel Tovar, obviously, because David McGee, the player they drafted 2 years ago, I talked about him a little bit then. He's a generational prospect for them, and he's playing like one. 923 OPS, 16 homers, 5 triples, 36 doubles. At the break, by the way, he has 36 doubles. Alright, so he's insane. They don't need Tovar anymore. So we're going to give them some young pitching prospects, a closing pitcher, and some other young pitchers as well, because you can see they need relievers and closers. And we're going to get Tovar, put him on the team. My plan is we're going to give him some secondary positions, and he'll play like a utility role for us. And we're going to send down Martinez, who hasn't played well. Royce Lewis was in the home run derby, but we couldn't win it with him. So we go to the All-Star game. We don't have any starters. And we'll get into this insane series against Texas that we have. And then we have another one against Seattle to end the month. Both huge games. And then Tovar actually goes back and plays at Coors. Alright, this is huge. Billy Byler, bases loaded. Game is tied. Bottom of the 8th. We got to get out of this. We got to win this game to start the series against Texas. We're only 3 games out of the wild card. I mean, it is not that bad. We have a chance here to win. We just have to get it done here. Carson Kelly is their catcher, and he has a really bad OPS. Please, Billy. 2 outs. Lock it in. Do not give up the lead. Start painting those fastballs, baby. That's not paint. That is middle, buddy. Down the pipe. All right, curveball. Oh my God. Neto got that. Oh my gosh, Zach Neto with an amazing play. Wow. We needed that. We get out of the inning, and now we go hit top of the ninth. Finish playing this. Let's go. Josh Hader in. We see him a ton. He was with Houston, and now he's with the Rangers, so we see him a ton. We've already seen him in this series, or season, should I say. Rafael in the 9-hole. Good swing. Middle. Oh, he's going back. Oh, good catch out there in center by Dalton Varsho. Great center fielder. Hammer and Herman, come on, baby. He's got us in the blender. But Herman, he's fast. Oh, it wasn't a bad timing, but Herman did not get enough of it. Thought it might sneak up the middle. Zach Neto can crush lefties, though. Come on, man. We need this. Should have probably. It might be the best pitch they have at to swing at. Oh, man. Yeah, he paints us two-seamer. Not painted, but down in the corner there. Great pitch. And that's strike 3. Great slider by Josh Hader. We're in the top of the 10th now. Billy Byler did his thing. Tovar is playing the new trade acquisition. Good take here. Batting third today in the lineup. And I don't mind it, honestly. He's been playing good. This is going to let him... Wait. This is in the gap. Holy hell! That's going to score! Tovar with a double. I honestly thought that was a pop-up, but right field out there is cavernous. A lot of space out there. That's a double for the new trade acquisition. And now we have Giancarlo Portillo. Lefty, good swing. A little late, but going to be caught. And Tovar could steal a bag here. I mean, he's not slow. We're probably not going to steal, though. Logan O'Hoppe could crush one. We love a catcher that can slug, and he is pretty decent. Batting 205 with runners in scoring now. Oh, Hoppy, we need you to pull that into the seats out there and left, buddy. That needs to be smoked. It was, too. It was a pretty, actually, decent swing. But Ezequiel Tovar with an amazing double to give us the lead. I love that. Bang. We're going to put Abreu in. It's time for Abreu to get a big save here. 0-1 here. The Triple Crown winner in Corey Seager is up at the dish. And he just blows one by him. Let's see if we can't get one more 99 past him. He doesn't even swing. Absolute paint. Froze him. Go sit down, buddy. It's not your time. One out. Lars Nootbaar. Texas Ranger now, I would say. Oh, that's some straight gas by Brian Abreu. Alright, we're going to put the slider right off that. Oh, he got to it. Alright, we're going to change it up then. Change your speeds here. Got him with the change up. Brian Abreu's nasty. Dalton needs to go down here.
1-2.
Oh, 2-2. Why is this dude like Lockett? He's not that good of a bat, but all right, we got our lick back and we beat Texas in a big win here. Let's go, man! So hyped. This season is not over. I'm trading. I'm making all the moves. It's time. Esteban Herrera 3 for 4. Ezequiel Tovar comes in with a double 1 for 1. That must have been a pinch hit, maybe. Either way, 1 for 1, we'd love to see it. And Royce Lewis with a double. And then Billy Byler comes in, gets the win. 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. Did have 2 walks, but that's another homegrown talent we drafted. So let's go. All right, I simmed into August a little bit. There's a lot to talk about. I'm going to get into it. The draft, the pool in general, just the player pool was not that great this year. So our draft was not great, to be just being honest, like to be generous. But we got one blue potential player. Colby Hyde, not terrible, whatever. But what I'm mad about, let's get into it. Why every time, I've been in purgatory this whole draft process, through the whole series. Why every time I get a pick, and I tanked last year, I should have had the 4th overall pick. The lottery slots me down into the 6th overall pick, and the Royals jump up 2 spots, and guess what happens? They're able to get this player in Jesse Ortiz that I literally said was going to be generational. This is the 4th time in a row I've said this about a player, and they go ahead of me. So in my opinion, we had him scouted. We wanted him so bad. We're going to try to go trade for Jesse next year to start the season. I don't care. I want a generational guy to put us over the top. We'll give them a haul and hopefully be able to get Jesse and pair him with Giancarlo Portillo in that outfield. That'll be fun. But our draft specifically wasn't that good. But you can look around. The player pool just wasn't great this year. There's not that many blue players like there usually is. And even if there is, there's 64. There's not really any polished players. Get into the sim from where we just played, where we won against Texas, and I'm so happy. I'm like, all right, we're hopping into moments. I'm not selling them. And then bang. We lose 9-0, and it's because of one thing and one thing only. Errors. You look at 4 fielding errors, and that's all where all the runs came from. And Luis Rengifo has like 14 errors. So we changed things around, and he's now going to play off the bench. And Ezequiel Tovar is taking his spot. It's just that simple. He's younger, has just a better glove, and we just get shut out. Look, 4 different times on this road trip, including 2 times in Coors. I mean, dude, guys, you can't be getting shut out like this and expecting to win anything. Edgar Carrera is definitely our worst pitcher, but his strikeout stuff is disgusting. So we'll figure it out. You can't be getting shut out like this. This lineup cannot be doing this. 2 hits all game, and it's from Big Christmas. Big Christmas, what a trade. We've made some really good trades this season. And what's so fun, though, is we win the Seattle series, and I'm thinking maybe we have hope. And then we lose the Atlanta series, and I'm like, what the hell? What are we going to do? Then we go into the Bronx and sweep, man, with just amazing pitching. Because of Noah Schultz, another amazing trade at the deadline. Everything is working out. You know, you can see Stefan, Dylan Lee, all these players, James MacArthur, all trade pieces. And we're wheeling and dealing at the deadline, and it might help us maybe have a shot at this wild card. We're only 5.5 games out. Maybe we have a shot in September. This is immediately followed by a 6-game losing streak. I'm not even kidding. It's just annoying as hell. I'm just going to get at that. Like, why cannot anything go our way? Everything's just terrible, man. I mean, some of the trades were bad, you know? But some of them were... Like, Noel's been great for us at first, and allowing Justin Rogers to just play down in the minor leagues. I guess that's best for everybody. But, dude, I wanted to win this year so bad. Like, why is our whole division just... Look at this. Like, I don't understand. A 6-game losing streak now? Like, in Sim? I don't know what we're supposed to do, but if you look at the wild card now... We're 8 games out after the 6-game losing streak. It could happen. We need to go on a winning streak to end the month. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we're here at September. After the losing streak, I really just didn't want to... Like, what is the point of hopping into 1 game or doing a player lock of 1 game right now when the team is just playing so bad? So I wanted to get through August and just see where we're at, because I just don't know where we're at. And we get a winning streak to end August. And now we're 8.5 games back in September. It's probably not going to happen. Even if we went on an amazing winning streak, it's not in the cards this year. There's too many good teams around us. We're not even that bad of a team. It's just like the Mariners and the Rangers are both insane this year. We could maybe have made it if the wild card in the AL wasn't just... Look at it. Like, it's just different. The teams in the AL this year are different. You have to be just a cut above the rest. I mean, you know, we're just not there. It's just that simple, man. And we're just not there yet. I really took the first couple years to really get a bunch of young players, and now it's taking years for them to develop. So now they're all rookies in year 5, which is insane. But that's the case. That's how slow some of the development takes. And if you just look at our lineup, the only player that's below average in OPS is Zach Neto. Everyone else is hitting well. We have one of the best hitting lineups, right? So you're saying, well, it's got to be the pitching. It is. Quijada, probably going to get moved. Ben Joyce, I don't know. James MacArthur experiment didn't work. Whatever. That's the only trade that didn't work. Cabrera's got to work through it with his strikeout potential. He has Literally so many strikeouts, 115 through 19 innings. That's insane, by the way. He should not have the ERA he has with that many strikeouts. It doesn't make sense, some of the sim that's going on. Noah Schultz, insane trade. Through 50 innings, he has a 1.55 ERA. So we're going crazy in some of these trades. Trevor Stefan, another player we get who was an all-star this year. He's now going to be on our team for 3 years. Dylan Lee, he's a rental but played well for us. Like, we made good trades. Brian Bray was a good free agent signing. Billy Byler, we drafted. Ray Frost, we drafted. Jesus, we signed. Like, Luis started playing better out of the relief role, long reliever role. I don't understand why some of these players. Pace isn't playing great, but he'll be all right. He'll be all right. I don't think he'll be a problem. That was a good trade. Like, we're the 9th ranked team in all of baseball, and we're not going to make the playoffs. You can see it right there. Start September. We're down by 1, and we need to win again in the sim, by the way. Always down. We're never winning unless, it's never a win. It's, bases loaded, and you're trying to keep the game tied or whatever. Hopefully we can do something with Tovar. That was a good trade for us. And now Zach Neto could be moved in the offseason. I don't know exactly what the plan is, but that's Mason Miller. 100, and I'm late on that. And I know I don't help in moments sometimes, whatever. But hey, man, right now it's been both. I mean, if I'm not winning in moments, we definitely have to win in sim when I construct the roster, and neither is working. This has been insane. Neto rips one, but that's going to be caught. Oh, that's gone! Zach Neto walks it off! I was not expecting that to go over the wall! And I'm talking about trading Zach Neto, and he walks it off for us! Wow! What a storyline that is! What a swing of the bat for Zach Neto. And we needed that for him. But the big contract kicks in next year, and I don't know if we can keep him. But good win to start September. We're probably not going to win anything in sim, but at least I won that moment. We opened September with that win, and I know we weren't consistent enough to win this year. I don't really get any more moments since then, and it's just been awful. But there is a storyline I do want to get into where Big Mike has his 28th home run already, and that is his career high. So I'd like to play a player lock game with him and see if we can't make his career high over 28 and maybe get to 30 home runs by the end of the season. And that would be fun. At least he would have 30 home runs in his year 3 season, and we can build on that for next year because right now nothing is going well for us. And Andy Pace has kind of fallen off. He's a rookie. It's fine. Jonathan Garlobo, a player we could have had on our team, is playing well for them. Miami is winning games. Like, it's so sad. I don't understand. All the teams that are rebuilding around us are winning, and I can't win any games. How is this possible? Logan Webb, I guess you just got to go get him, and he goes wins the Cy Young for you. You got to go make more splashes. We went and got Royce Lewis, and he hit 30 bombs for us this year. I don't know. Herman Line, another trade we go and get. He's got a 13-game hitting streak. I mean, what else can we do? I mean, I don't know. It's really starting to get frustrating for me as we're in now year 5, and I feel like I've built a decent team, enough to maybe make a wild card run, and we're not even doing that. It's 5 years in. I'd be fired. I'd be fired if I had GM contracts on. I'd be fired from my own team. It's actually insane how hard this rebuild has been. I really just hope now Big Mike gets a hit. He's been good for us. He always gets on base. He's just a really good player we drafted. But we need more of those. And he's going to steal this base for easy, for free, basically. And there we go. That's his 15th stolen base. Maybe we can get him into the 2020 club. That'd be cool. How could I not try to get him into the 2020 club, right? Come on! I had to try! I can't help it. It's like my biggest thing in this game. I want to steal third every time. Alright, Big Mike, let's go. Hammer and Herman with a solo shot to give us this lead. Mackenzie Gore on the mound. Man, it's really frustrating. The Rockies are fighting for their division. The Marlins are fighting for theirs, and we suck. the episodes have been great, and I thought and I'm late on that fastball inside. He's just pumping lefty fastball inside, just like Blake Snell last episode, and that pops us up. It's really tough to hit that pitch. Xavier Edwards, Kerry Carpenter, like they have just a bunch of good players, I guess. They went out and got players. I guess it just takes way too long in this game to develop players. I don't understand. He's safe. Tried to hit the cutoff there. 3-3. Outman hit a 2 RBI double to tie this game up. Pace is pitching pretty well. That's a pop-up. Alright, they're going to tag up here. Can Portillo hit him? Close, but too much speed on second there. And that scores the run on a sac fly. So, there we go. As you can see, we are selling the bag. But also, Portillo's arm is a noodle arm. We've known this. So he's kind of selling the bag there, but hey, he rakes, so who cares? He absolutely rakes. Get out. Leave! It is gone! They ain't getting that one back. That's a home run for Big Mike. Tie game! Let's go! No, it wasn't! We took the lead. I didn't even realize Herman was on first. Huge swing in this game. Hammer and Herman getting on base. Dude, he hit that so hard, it almost hit the seagull. Do you see that? Let's get him that 30th bomb, man. That would be awesome. If this season can't go our way, it's so funny. The Angels rebuild has just turned into a new situation where now Giancarlo Portillo is just stuck on a bad team that can't win, and he's playing so well. Come on, 2-homer game would be so sweet here. Come on. Oh, that's a good pitch. Lefty, left. They just keep throwing lefties at me. But hey, already hit a homer today. It's not bad. Nolan Jones. They do have a lot of good players, man. It's so frustrating. Dude, there's no way he's tagging up, right? He is. He's done. He's gone. Big Mike, are we serious? Like, his arm is so bad. Our defense is so terrible in this game. But if you notice the profiles of the players that you get when you play this game, like, they just aren't good in the field. They're either good at the plate or good in the field, not one or the other. There is 5 tool players out there. Hit that homer. An absolute bomb. It almost went out of the stadium. It was an absolute moonshot. See if we can't hit another one and give him those 30 home runs. Oh, dude, it was a low fastball. I thought he might smoke that. But he got a good swing on it, just not good contact. Crushed. No? How is... Bro, can someone tell me how that was the contact he got off of that pitch? A hanging curve? Damn. Oh, my God. Ezekiel Tovar, 3-run homer. So, I mean, Neto we homered with, but he doesn't play well in Sim, so I might trade him for Ortiz. We'll see. And I know they don't need Neto, so I don't know how we're going to trade for Ortiz, but we're going to find a way. And we win this game, and Big Mike homers. A lot of home runs. So that's cool, but season's basically over, so. Alright, so the plan now is I'm probably going to sim to the end of the season. I can't believe we're ending the season in this episode. I was hoping to go a little slower. I always say I do it by feel. If the team is in a race, for the wild card or division, and actually playing well enough to hop into games and play, I will. And I still will do, player lock and stuff for certain accolades and whatnot. But I'm not going to hop into games for no reason. So if we're losing and we're 75 and 78, and you can look at the rankings, we should not be this bad. There's no reason why we should be missing out in the playoffs. We're going to. You can look at the standings and see we are 8 games out of the wild card. We will not be making it this year for a lot of different reasons. In division, we weren't bad. We're actually 23 and 20. We have a bad home record. Not bad on the road. And night games, we weren't good. We were better in the day. But, like, it's just we were an average team at best this year with a bunch of rookies. I was hoping that they could make a leap this year, but it didn't happen. All right, I'm going to sim. This is basically the end of the season. We are going to be a 500 team. We were as mid as can be. Hopefully we win this game and we are a 500 team. That'd be fun because at least that's not a losing record. I don't think I've had a winning record in this series. Sad to say. This team has not sim well. And we're going to look at some stuff before this final game to show you what I'm talking about. Because I think if I could go back to the beginning of our series, I don't think I'd trade Mike Trout. I'll say it. I don't think I'll trade Mike Trout in his contract. I know you had to pay him $35 a year, but he's put up numbers. 26 doubles, 6 triples, 17 homers, 260 average, not bad, and then 800 OPS. He's still good, man. Still taking his walks. Man, I don't know. The Brewers got a good one, and we didn't get anything for him. And look, we're the 8th ranked team in all of baseball. If you look at the rankings, it makes no sense why this team is this bad. How many years am I going to have to say next year is our year? I really feel like Angels fans probably hate this series because that's exactly what the team was before. We go and get Noah Schultz at the deadline, and he becomes one of our best pitchers in 80 innings. Literally Cy Young stuff from him. And Edgar Cabrera, even though he's bad, he has 97 K per 9. Can we sit there and not let him develop? No. He has 150 strikeouts. Like, he could be a 300 strikeout guy if he can limit the walks and the hits, if he can put his whip down a little bit, if he can get it down to like a 1.3, a 1.2. Oh my gosh, this dude would be a freaking monster. This team legit will be good. Ray Frost, an absolute ace. Jesus is an actual ace and has pitched like in this contract, man. One more year left on his deal. I'm excited for next season. I think this pitching staff is going to be gross. We actually still have Enrique. I don't know where we're going to put him at. He has to play. You don't see his stats anymore, but he had basically a 2.8 ERA in AAA at 18. He could have easily gotten called up, but you know I don't like calling guys up if we suck. So plan is we're going to finish the season. The Red Sox have one of the best teams in baseball, and they won 103 games. They're ranked 3 ranks ahead of us. That's it. They have better pitching, but our bats are actually better than theirs. So why are we so bad? Why were we so mid this year? I don't know. It is actually insane how much Sim screws us over. And I know I don't win every moment, but bro, we were 6 games out of a wild card spot again with the 9th ranked best team in all of baseball. How? The Orioles are making the playoffs as the 11th ranked best team. I mean, I'm just hoping that we all grew as a team this year with all the rookies getting chemistry and whatnot, and we make this big splash for Jesse Ortiz, because the Royals are pissing me off, man. They're sniping all my players, and now they're back in the wild card. I mean, dude, come on. The Tigers have been elite in this series. The Guardians could have made a push, but they knew to trade away, so they're like one of our best trade partners. And the White Sox, we get a good trade for Noah Schultz. And yeah, so the Rangers and the Mariners were the best teams in our division. We were perfectly mid at 500. We're actually the 8th ranked best team. I can't even speak. I'm so pissed. How are we the 8th ranked best team in all of baseball with one of the best slugging percentages? Our on base isn't great, but our ERA isn't like our ERA is okay. It's the 2nd worst, okay, but not that bad. I mean, if the pitching was a little better like the Mariners, we probably win. But the Rangers being this good at the 16th ranked team doesn't make sense to me. But all right, good for them. 6 games out of the wild card. Don't think the season was a loss, but it is insane that I haven't had a winning season yet. I've been at 500 at the best of the seasons. Crazy. We're not going to get a good pick, but it doesn't really matter. We don't care about getting good picks anymore. We're trying to win. So we have the East, which was just an absolute gauntlet. 4 teams out of the East make it. Wow. The Braves turned it around. I thought they were not going to play that well this year, and they ended up shutting me up. So, and they traded a player to me, a rental. They traded one of their best relievers, and they still made the playoffs. And here we go. The Pirates miss out in the playoffs, which is crazy. And then the Brewers, we just showed Mike Trout's stats. Well, they're close. They're winning games, but they're not making the playoffs because of how ridiculous the NL playoffs were this year. You had to win 92 games or better to even have a shot at the wild card. That's crazy. 87 was all you needed in the AL, and we couldn't even get that done. Dodgers only win 91 this year. They're starting to fall off a little bit. They're still the 1st ranked team, but when it comes to like being beatable, they're beatable. So we're going to get into the playoffs and the awards after that and get into the offseason. Before we get into the postseason, there is some regular season stats that I want to check out and some storylines. Specifically, we have Nolan Shotwell, who we traded away to begin the season. And I think this trade will 100% come back to not bite us in the ass, do the opposite. It's going to be a great trade. I know right now it doesn't look like it because we'll get into it. But Nolan Shotwell is doing all right. 27 doubles, 4 triples, 13 homers. I told you he was never going to hit over 15. Not even on a new team. So he doesn't even have 400 slug because he didn't hit as many singles this year, but he still has a 750 OPS because he walks. Not a bad player, still 27. Makes all the sense in the world for them. But then you go back to us and you realize, yeah, Justin Rogers played like absolute dog water through 200 at bats and we had to send him down. Okay, that's fine because then we sent him down and look at the stats. Next year he'll be ready to get called up again. And we'll give him another shot at first. And I guarantee you, over time, this dude will hit better than Nolan. All right, baseball is a team game, and they have Tavares playing DH for them. They actually have 3 shortstops at the MLB level. That's crazy, with J.P. Crawford still on the team as well. And Tavares played well. Not as good as Big Mike, but well with the bat. 23 doubles, 7 triples, 9 homers, 41 RBIs, and 23 stolen bases for a 766 OPS. The stolen bags is pretty good. But you got to remember, Big Mike stole a lot of bags this year too. So, who's having the better career? I think it's obviously Big Mike. It's not even a question. He has the accolades. He has the All-Star games. But baseball is a team game. But Leonardo Tavares will be playing in the postseason this season. And Big Mike has yet to have a postseason appearance. Sound familiar, Angel fans? I feel so bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not doing exactly what I was hoping I'd do by now in year 5. But we will make the playoffs, and we will win a World Series in this series. Alright, so I wanted to look at some stats real quick and get into it. Kulaz, we really can't look at too much. He only has 35 at-bats, but he's been a great backup catcher. Love Kulaz. We obviously know Big Mike. I'm going to just give you a little sneak peek on the awards. He's a Silver Slugger winner, ladies and gentlemen. He won it. He won a Silver Slugger. And this is a crazy resume for the first 3 years of his career. Rookie of the Year in year 1, All-Star 2-time appearances, back-to-back after that, year 2 and 3, and then a Silver Slugger in year 3 as well. And when we get into that, I'll show you who he's paired with in that outfield, and he could be an MVP winner soon enough. That's all I'm saying. Royce Lewis hits 33 tanks. Him and Big Mike are the Bash brothers this year. They hit a combined 66 home runs. And hopefully next year is going to be better for us. Jose Tena played well. For some reason, all the trades we make have been good for the most part. As I'm editing this video, I couldn't believe when I recorded, I actually glossed over rookie Estevan Herrera's stats, so I'm going to go over them now. He had 24 homers, 83 RBIs, 12 steals, and 800 OPS and 30 doubles, and that was not enough to win him Rookie of the Year because Glenn Pesky, a player that we got sniped on from the Royals, just like Jesse Ortiz, is a generational second baseman and won it instead. But it didn't matter. Tovar definitely fell off the last part of the season. His last 10, he has a 652 OPS, so he ended up falling off for us, but the Gold Glove is still worth it for a guy in Luis Rengifo that had 15 errors at the break. Big Christmas was an amazing trade for us. 22 homers, 21 doubles, and let Justin Rogers sit down in the minor leagues and develop more, which means next year hopefully he won't have as bad of a sophomore campaign on our team. And that Nolan Shotwell trade hopefully will start looking better. 750 OPS for Logan O'Hoppe. He's just a really solid hitter. And we love that from him. It's okay. The defense will never be there. I don't know why his arm is so bad, but it just is. Like, in game, every time he gets ran on, like, you can see it. He's just terrible. Luis Rengifo, not bad. He's a solid bench bat for us now, and he's actually getting better. It's so funny. Like, he's still just getting better. And I think we're just going to let this guy, because his contract's not insane or anything, just going to let this guy sit on the bench now. Plays a couple different positions on the infield, switch hitter. And yeah, he's not a bad bat. It's just we're going to find a better everyday guy. Zach Neto, going to try to trade him, honestly. Been disappointing. We just signed him to a little bit of a bigger extension. Maybe we can move that contract and also get a better player. Let's see. James Outman, probably gone. And Rafaela, another player that was actually good for us because the Gold Glove defense. You got to remember, the Gold Glove defense is worth it. He had 3.1 WAR. So there you go. And real quick, I'll just show you the WAR leaders. You have Royce Lewis, and then you have Giancarlo Portillo. And most of this WAR Tovar got was with Colorado, to be honest. But this ain't a bad squad. We just need a little bit more from the squadron when it comes to all-around play because the WAR isn't crazy either. Pitching-wise, real quick, Ronald Gonzalez, he got called back up. He accidentally, when the season ends, he wasn't actually on the squad. So Edgar Cabrera, if you look at this, he has 153 strikeouts and 118 innings. If he pitches 200 innings, he's going to have over 200 plus strikeouts. And just, can you get the whip down? You're going to be a beast. 97 K per nine. This dude will become amazing for us. I'm not worried about it. The player that I'm really interested in is James MacArthur, too, because this is the only trade experiment that didn't work for us. Basically a 5 ERA. Everyone else, like Ben Joyce, yeah, he's just never been good. So I don't know what to do with Ben Joyce. He's now a C potential, and he's terrible. I'm done with Ben Joyce. He's probably getting traded. Andy Pace was a 4.55 ERA, and it's just getting better. He's a young rookie. He's an 80 overall. Good trade. I don't think he'll be a big issue. Luis Garcia, of the last 10, not bad. 3.83 ERA, and his whip's okay. So I think as a longer leader, that might be the play. And we all know Ray Frost is a dominant lefty that will be good in the rotation. Jesus Luzardo is basically the ace. And then you got guys that we went and traded for. In Noah Schultz, who was our best pitcher in the second half and was basically putting up Cy Young performances if he played a full season. Trevor Stefan, Dylan Lee, all trades, and they're all solid as hell. Didn't matter. Still lost. There is literally no doubt in my mind that I would be fired if I didn't have GM contracts turned off. We have nothing. We have hit nothing goals-wise. GM rating going down, all that. And if you look in the recent history for our seasons, we have not had a winning season in this franchise. This is really sad. I don't know how. Like, I was hoping we'd at least be above 500 team this year. All right, I wanted to sim the postseason. I have no idea why there's no awards tab anymore. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know. But I had no problem last season simming the postseason, and then I go into the postseason awards. It makes zero sense that that's glitch. Now I don't know who won World Series MVP. Now I don't know who won the ALCS MVP. That, like, there's some game-breaking glitches recently in MLB The Show franchise. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Whatever. I do remember a couple things that I wanted to point out when it came to awards. So first of all, we obviously know our player in Giancarlo Portillo won his Silver Slugger. I just wanted to, that's the only award winner we had this year. We got snubbed from Rookie of the Year from a player in Esteban Herrera who had 30 doubles, 24 homers, 83 RBIs, and an 800 OPS. Well, the reason that happened is because Glenn Pesky, who we could have had if he just fell to us, but we picked 12th, so it made sense that he didn't fall to us. Mike Trout fell to like 26 or whatever in the first. So generational talents do fall. So it's annoying that every year I'm getting sniped on the generational talent. But he had 34 doubles, 7 triples, 28 homers, and almost 100 RBIs at 18 years old. Like, all right, dude. He wins the Rookie of the Year, steals it from us, and steals the draft pick. But what I wanted to point out is that Big Mike is now paired up with 2 other Silver Sluggers, and Yordan Alvarez, the MVP winner, and Aaron Judge, a batting title winner this year in 2029 in year 5. And Aaron Judge is 36. Giancarlo Portillo is 24. I think he could be an MVP winner in this series. I hope that's the case. It's crazy to me looking at the playoffs how many teams that were bad when we started this rebuild in 2025 are now lapping us and out GMing us, making runs in the playoffs. Cincinnati makes the World Series just like Pittsburgh a couple years ago. They lose to Boston. Boston repeats with the MVP and Yordan Alvarez now on their team, signed last year in free agency. Detroit is still looking for that elusive World Series. So is the Baltimore Orioles, both really good squads. And Texas and Seattle don't make a run, which is great to see. But the Dodgers being slayed again is crazy. I was saying that was our dynasty to slay, and we can't even make the playoffs to slay them. Wow. The awards were bugged. We couldn't even look at it. But Pete Alonso was actually an MVP candidate, and he was a player in free agency we tried to grab years ago. And he wasn't MVP. He was runner-up to MVP in the NL for the Dodgers. He hit 41 bombs. Like, we could have had him on our team. This year, I don't care what it takes. We're going to get players we need. Jesse Ortiz was a player that we should have had. He should have been our draft pick. We scouted him. We knew he was good. We had the 6th overall pick. He was ranked 9th in the draft, and I thought there's no way he doesn't fall to 6, right? No. He doesn't fall at all. The Royals sniped us again. Now they have 2 generational guys and Bobby Witt. I'm sorry. I don't care. I want Jesse Ortiz. I'm so sick of being sniped on every pick. We had the 4th overall pick, and the lottery made us fall down to 6th. So I was looking at trades. Zach Neto, I gave a third base secondary to, so they could get him at third because they need a third baseman. And they also want starting pitching. I looked all over the starting pitching, what would move the needle, and the only one that did is sadly the demon Ray Frost. And I wouldn't want to move a guy like Ray Frost, but I'll show you why I don't care in a second. One of the reasons why is Enrique, who I likened to Fernando Valenzuela, played so well in AAA last year, but he really didn't have a spot on the rotation to get called up, and he was only 18, so I let him develop for a full year. He could get a call up, and he's a lefty. So Ray Frost, it's not that he's expendable, but we're getting a generational talent in Jesse Ortiz, a generational bat back with Zach Neto coming off the books, which allows us to go get a player, and that's enough to get it done, and I think we have to do this trade. Welcome to the team, Jesse Ortiz, and Zach Neto is now a third baseman for the Royals, as well as their starting rotation is now definitely bolstered, and they needed a player like Ray Frost. So it makes sense. It's a win-win trade. Free agency period was the time to be able to have money to spend. We have $70 million to spend, and we're going to spend $60 million of that, hopefully. We had to trade away Zach Neto because that contract was hurting us. So, and he's just terrible, dude. Like, we've been in the series for 5 years. Zach Neto, I really wanted to break out as like he is in real life, and he's just not. So it is what it is. And you can just see the rest of the free agency: Hunter Green, Spencer Strider, Ellie De La Cruz, Logan Webb, tons of players. I'll keep up. I seen a comment saying that you want to see the free agencies a little bit more. So I'll get into that and see where they go. Wyatt Langford, Evan Carter. So Wyatt Langford might not go back to Texas. I mean, this could be the year we make a dynasty. A dynasty if we can get Mason Miller and Paul Skeens in one swoop, man, to get rid of Ben Joyce. I've explained it before. I've said it last season when we were just playing terrible. Zach Neto, Ben Joyce, a couple players from the old regime that are just not playing well enough. I don't care. You're going to get shipped off. For a player in Joshua St. Aud, what a name. He was actually drafted in 2026. This is a generated player. He has, look at this aura. Get him on my squad now. The Rangers make this insane trade to give up Justin Steele and a prospect that they haven't really used for Austin Riley. That's insane. All right. They're making moves, and Nico Horner goes to the Mets. Cade Smith to the Guardians, and we're trying, boys. We screw Jared Jones. We want Paul Skeens. I mean, maybe Jared Jones can come on too. He wants a lot less money, and he's just as good. Ooh. All right, we're going to try both. Mason Miller went to the Phillies. We tried to grab him. A big closer isn't as big as Paul Skeens or Jared Jones would be, so I'm not too worried about it, especially with trading Ray Frost away. Getting Paul Skeens would be crazy. I think we might even... All right, we have a chance at Paul Skeens here. $44 million a year, 7 years. I'm down. I don't care. I'll give him that contract. Pitching, we need it. And I'm ready to win a World Series. Johan Duran goes to the Padres. Let's see if we can't get Paul Skeens to ink this on the dotted line. Please, Paul, come to Anaheim. He's coming. Paul Skeens is an angel. Let's go! We're going to win the World Series, baby! That's a big contract for a big player. We also signed Chris Bubich and Will Vest for the bullpen. This season is... I said we were all in last year. I really should have said it about this year in year 6 because we're making some... And Ellie De La Cruz is now a Philly. What is going on? How does Philly have all this money? $40 million a year just about. And they have Riley Green. And they have Trey Turner. And they have Bryce Hart. What is going on? 12 years, $40 million. What the hell? This is crazy. What an offseason. I forgot to mention that Spencer Strider is now in Seattle. So Seattle also gets an ace on their staff that they pay a ton of money to as well. And we're paying a little bit more, but we're also getting the younger and better player. So it's going to be such a fun year 6, and I really hope we can win it all. It's kind of crazy. After I just showed you guys that Spencer Strider is the new ace for the Mariners, well, guess what? The Rangers go out and get Jared Jones as their ace. This division is so annoying. Can't I just play in like the Central or something where it's just so easy to win the division? Like, come on, man. All you got to do is a couple free agent signings and it should be good enough. Not in this division. Somehow everyone's spending money and getting better, and now it's going to be another gauntlet of a season. Year 5 had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I think everything we've done in this rebuild so far, all 5 years, leads up to opening day, year 6, next episode. If you're excited for that, leave a like on this video, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm always open to new video suggestions in the comment section, as well as suggestions on the series I'm doing on the channel, like Angels franchise. Thank you guys for all the support on the videos so far. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers. It's totally free, about as free as the Angels have been all rebuild. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See ya.